Hey brother, so good meeting you today. You sounded so good. Your enthusiasm, all your skills. We're gonna go far with this, and you're gonna hit the ground running. I'm very excited. So the foundation for understanding music, period, is the major scale on any instrument in any country in the world, pretty much. Start with the high E string and start with even numbers: 0, 2, 4, and switch to all the odd numbers: 5, 7, 9, 11, 12. The double dot 12th fret is the magic fret where all the octaves occur, right? E, E, B, B, G, G. You want to memorize that and always use those notes to help you find other notes. So if you know this is a G, you can infer that's a G sharp. If you know this is a B, you can figure out that's a C. That's an important point to stress at the outset. B to C and E to F are naturally occurring half steps in the musical alphabet. You can convince yourself of this by going to your B string at first position and just playing B to C. Just a half step apart. So there's no B sharp. Same thing with E to F. So it's B, C, E, F. You want to memorize that right off the bat. Now for the major scale, I gave you different articulations, on, off. And I wrote it down. You can do it with a series of pull-offs. I gave you up, down, or I gave you sliding. Reverse it, and then I gave you the up down, which is up on the first string, down the second. If I didn't give you this, I should have. It's fun. And it creates a beautiful texture. Okay, then we use that to talk about the chords in a key, which is I call a chord scale to make it clear. If you play the scale in the low E string, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Now we're going to harmonize it, meaning convert it to a chord progression, and we're going to leave out the 7 and just do 6 chords, 3 major, 3 minor. So you have E major, that's 1, 2 and 3 are minor, F sharp minor, G sharp minor. Say these chords as you play them. A is 4, that's major, 5 is major, B, and then C sharp minor, 6. So go through and play the 3 major chords. 1, 4, 5, 4, 1. Then play the 3 minor chords. 2, 3, 6. Then play the whole sequence and just write some progressions with it. Have fun. Then do the same thing in A. 1, that's A. 2 is B minor. 3 is C sharp minor. 4 is D. 5 is E. 6 is F sharp minor. Structurally the same, it's just in a different key. Same logic. 3 major, 3 minor. Then do it to D. Now I told you that 3-note chords are called triads. So you know the D major and the D minor shape. Now you just move with it. So I could just move it up a whole step, that would be an E. And then a half step, there's no E sharp, that'd be an F, and a G, etc. But we're going to follow the same chord logic. We're going to go major, minor, E minor, F sharp minor. You don't have to memorize these, but just play the right order. G, A, B minor. Okay, and then, have some fun with that. You can play the open D string with all of them. And we discussed 2 different things that are interesting. Songwriters have used interesting tricks on this. The first string can always be open to create interesting things, and that's what Neil Young uses in Old Man. So he goes up to F, and then he takes the E string open and hammers on the first finger. So it's that's the type of F chord. Then he resolves it to a nice D major. We talked about Over the Hills and Far Away, which is G to A. You can play the open D and A strings below it. Sounds good to get a nice rich sound. This is the top of a G chord, so it's a G chord with just these fingers. Going to a D, and then the D goes to the A. So that's another example of triads. We talked about bar chords in general, and I reminded you that this form that you're playing all the time is called an E form. It's based on the shape of an open E. You can prove that to yourself by just moving it to open position. And it goes minor like that. So if that's an E major and an E minor, then this is an E form bar chord. The root is on the 6th string, the low E. That's F major, F minor, G major, G minor, A major, A minor, etc. Same logic applies to the A string. So these are A form bar chords. There's an A major. You move it up a whole step, make it minor, and you have a B minor with with a root on the 5th string. So these are all A form chords with their root on the 5th string. Okay, what else did we cover? I remember. You showed me the one scale that you know, and then I modified it in certain simple ways. I said, focus on the root notes. You got to know what they are. So you played a minor pentatonic, and we called it a major pentatonic. You'll see later it can be both, but you played it as a minor. So here's your A, that's A5. You want to memorize that. Then A7 on the D string, and the high A5. So this week when you play the scale, start and stop on those notes. So you can hear the music of the scale. Then I showed you how to break out of that and connect to the space that your buddy showed you. So now I want you to put your 3rd finger on the A instead of your 1st. And this is what I call an active scale. It has hammer-ons and slides built into it. Now I'm back at A7. I'm going to keep going, but this time I'm going to slide on my middle finger. So I'm in the right position. Then I'm going to tack on this little extra portion that your buddy showed you. I'm going to descend the way we went up. And you want to repeat that in the other most important key, which is E. That's at the 12th fret, and you know that because it's the octave. So your E minor, pentatonic, and then the same scale but played active, ring finger starts. That's it, brother. Have fun.